Well, I've obviously got to use that speak with animals spell. We need to learn that. I wonder what the local praying spot is. Hitting map is not how you open the map. Journal. That could be one up there. Maybe not. Not sure. I also just could backtrack and change what stuff's currently memorized. I don't currently have a reason to think that moving around affects time even. Just dialogue choices basically. A very non-linear setup where like they definitely guide you to experience certain things right at the beginning, but immediately things are like wide open. There's a lot of completely different directions I can go in. I felt some urgency to solve the dwarf situation relatively quickly, in part because I had their document. I didn't want to just like walk away with it forever, but also it had a ticking clock of sundown. Oh, the zombie's gone. A divine shrine covered in apples. Oops, no, engage. Prepare spells. Alright, so. Can prepare 4 spells overall. Let's do the strong heal. Speak with animals. Charm person, cure wounds, I guess. Hard to know exactly what to prioritize necessarily, but haven't had to do a lot of spell casting yet. Definitely tempted to use like weird utility things, like stuff that will give me more dialogue over things that might be combat related, because I don't know how much combat's going to come up. I'm not trying to cause combat. Alright, so the zombie's gone. It might be gone because I reported it. I do want to investigate now. A basket of apples. Some look okay-ish. More apples. I've got 7 garden apples. I can heal so goodly, but also I passively heal, so we should probably not fully heal at least. Imported goods. The receiver is marked as HWBT. An almost empty box except for a stale treat in a pouch. Trifle with the box. A cardamom treat. And 25 more crowns. How many crowns do I got? Oh, 48. That was more than half of the crowns. That's the majority of the crowns I've had so far. I just picked up in that 1 second. Damn. So with the treat. A traditional Norvikian baked bread. It is famous around the coast. Or if it's not, it should be. 5 HP. Or if it's not, it should be. That's interesting. Look how coiled up on itself it is. Baking's interesting. It's one of those things that's like, I think I would like baking if I actually spent any time doing it. But I don't, because of all of the things that I do. There's so many things to do in your life. A crate filled with sand. I think that's why I'm always like, people are like, how could you ever survive? How could you ever be immortal? How would you'd get bored living so long? And I'm like, I don't have time to do all the things that seem interesting now. I think you might be boring. Maybe you're just boring. I'm not boring. I have a million things that I want to do. And I'm gonna die having not done most of them because there's too many things. You approach a crate full of sand. Inspect the crate. You notice a little marking on the back with the letters HBWT. The lid has been tossed behind it. Look at the sand. The crate is filled to the brim. It's just sand. Touch the sand. Your gloved hand trails across the surface. The sand shifts slightly at your touch. Ooh. Ooh. Is the soundtrack getting awesome? Got a distant rhythm to it. For a second there, I thought we're getting my favorite. It's taking me to the vibe of my favorite song from all of Bastion. Oh god, that game's 15 years old now. Like sort of jangly, rhythmy guitar one. Is it Terminal March? Or is it the Hunters one? Their names are hard. The sand shifts slightly at your touch. What? Is it growing? Or am I shrinking? Did I find the micro sand? Underlined choices are more risky, but might offer more reward. Oh, we have a description. We haven't been told what underlining meant at all. I thought underline meant we were like kind of unlocking underlined options via our individual senses. Let's go deeper. You dive in with your whole hand, fingers first. Underlined choices are more risky, but might offer more reward. This one does not offer more reward. Then you feel a tug, a grip, and finally, a pull. Wait, Your shoulder is almost pulled out of its socket. Struggle? Oh my god. I'm so fucked. You managed to keep it from engulfing most of your arm, but in the process the sand grabs onto the front of your helmet. Your face is now sinking. Oh, you don't want your face to be in the sand, that's bad. A sizzling groan fills your ears. Don't try to scream, your face is in sand. Try to scream or fight it. I should give up, right? The sand will be a benevolent master. Yes, the sand is simply too strong. You grow weaker. Whatever you do, do not let it get the helm. Escape without losing your helmet? Effortless, it says. We'll see about that. Okay. That wasn't that bad. Strength, you said it was too strong, but then I beat it with strength. You lied to me. You grabbed the rim of the crate with your both hands. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screams into your ears. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screams in your ears. I don't like that sentence. That's upsetting as everything about it, actually. I will not die in this crate. Push. Filled with pure fires of adrenaline, your muscles creak and your bones crack. And it pays off. Within seconds, the rock-hard grip of the sand loosens. Then it drops entirely. It was getting sucked into a non-Euclidean fluid. You swing your head back, filling your lungs with air as a trail of sand follows you. Gah. Within an instant, the sand snaps back into the crate, not a single grain dropping to the floor. You stumble back. Glancing over the crate, you see its contents now lie still, like nothing happened. You should put on the lid to make sure this does not happen to someone else. Shake your head to get rid of the sand in your ears. It helps. A lot. Whoa, did I just heal? Was that a D4 or 4 healing? Like the notification came by so quick I didn't get to read it. Am I alive? Yes. Carefully put on the lid. You take a very, very careful step towards the crate to grab the lid. Then you place it gently on top. Your job here is done. I've done a great service to the community by almost dying, and no one saw. A glow glass. Very common magic item. Sword? Slightly broken standard issue Earthguard blade. Broken sword. Plus strength minus wisdom. That's not my vibe at all. A standard issue Earthguard blade. One-handed usage, lightweight, crap quality. Makes you feel like a big man, an agent of the state. It's also broken in half, but if you lean tactically, you might be able to hide this fact from your enemies. If I just very carefully present myself, maybe no one will notice that it's an embarrassing broken weapon. There's a door inside this tunnel. Where does this go? Ah. I'm back. Where am I? The lower layer? Is that where I am? Probably. Yep, there's the druid right there. Well, that's a shorter path. Where the I can feel someone glaring at me. Who? Oh, is that the leader? Oh, they don't want me to go back in. I was gonna check out the stairs. No! I didn't know this is where I was going. Yeah, I think I'm right by the leader, and also right by the guy I talked to a second ago. The dragon herself! Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. Also, there's a topless dude right there. He's waiting. You approach him below a sprawling tree. The well-dressed goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, Cleric. That's not what it sounded like before. Go ahead, Cleric. With a proud smirk, he motions toward the wooden throne. Much of his personhood hinges upon that throne and its owner. Such a little weasel. You should stand before the throne, address her court. Okay then. Lady Sageleaf. Wow, there's like a scroll bar worth of text going down that screen. Wow, it does a DC 30? Whoa. Lady Sageleaf. Goblin. Forest. Level 18. Chieftain. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong. There's like a little bit up here that I can't seem to look at. What's this little line? Or is that always there, maybe? Something is very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling, or you will be consumed. She wields power you could only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil? Good? Is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? Comically high stats. Not very dexterous, but everything else is like, everything else is at or above what you would normally get from like really dumping into a stat at the beginning of the game when you make your character at all costs. But every stat is like that. Scary. Let's not try to trifle with her. I don't think she's not to be trifled with. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree, its roots reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. Oh, she looks mischievous. And also almost like she doesn't have feet? Huh. You'd expect them to poke out, or poke forward through the material a little bit if they were there. I'm curious. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. Her eyes follow you with an intensity. Reminds you of a certain pale man. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is magnificent. Cleric of Norvik, of Earth and River. Her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber. She's talking to you. You're the cleric. I was assured by your masters. The top brass of the palace itself. Her words are tainted with disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver. Constitution 20 failure. They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So, tell me, human. You should run. No, wait, you can't. But you should. Why am I sitting here, waiting? Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this, quest of yours. I had an accident. It's only been a day. That's petulant. Or dismissive, anyway. My masters are idiots, but I'm here now, don't worry. Shifting the blame. My apologies, lady. Her frown turns into a weary expression. Whatever. She does not feel like mauling you now. You're dancing on a fine line. Hers is a frightful presence. You need to stand. Do not let her impact your stature. Constitution DC 11, do not become frightened. Oh dang, I'm so unfrightened right now. You brace your entire being as you meet her glare. With trembling innards you resist. Even my innards tremble. She lifts her chin. You stand. Good. She's not impressed, just happy you did not completely lose your mind. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It is vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, Cleric? A local business caught up in an inferno in the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road. She roars, and you stand your ground. And yet, Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like it's a curse word, he alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. Why does Darrow say that? Because he is a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Sick burn. Horrific slander. Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have an official recognition of law on Lower Tolstead. The magistrate speaks for the city. She claps her hands together. See? This is what I've been dealing with. Blind faith in a failing system. She lets out a frustrated groan. And where exactly is the tea shop located? She glares at you. It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes, next to the pillar. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin on her right. That means it's a part of the core foundation of this island fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady. My people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it is the city's business and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. Sounds shady. Her sharp glare stabs you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell, she says, and beckons towards the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf. Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone to actually investigate the scene. You want to check it out yourselves? Of course. The lady glances at him, to which he responds by making a nervous face. He's embarrassed. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area, Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Thank the gods. The gods? She says, her voice almost purring. I wonder. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos, a certain Frank, son of Frank. He was said to have walked away with lesser burns. It is honorable to name a son after the father. Haha, that ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of them dungeoneers you hear, a real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Waterlane. Dungeon? Or Waterlane? Both sound like trouble. Frank, son of Frank? Yeah. Cool name. Sure. A dungeoneer? If you believe it, that comment was from one of the militia members. Could be smart to check the city below, just in case. Despite the dangers. Down to Waterlane? Yeah, seems like he was heading in that direction. Though down could mean a number of things, Waterlane included. Fancy yellow outfit. I'm assuming some kind of Reedsian fashion. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. He is annoyed to have to answer that question. Well then, don't have failures, nerd. Where is he now? We don't know. They have not located the man, despite major efforts. Sounds like you were handed a tough hand. Yeah. Although one of the militia members mentioned him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing, or somewhere else. We don't know. Anything else you do know? Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering you. We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun. The unveiling has begun, Cleric. Secrets in the ashes. Corruption. Madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster. Someone who cannot go unpunished. Justice. Yes. A rogue spellcaster? Isn't there an anti-magic task force we can call for? Why, yes there is, she exclaims. She points with a sharp finger. You. The lady clears her throat, loudly. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. Dragon of Tolstad completed. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge Tribe and the Earthguard City Cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape my rage. The words seep out of her maw, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. The dragon has spoken. So this is about revenge. Revenge? No, Cleric. A gardener does not seek revenge upon the hail snail. A small icy mollusk, spread in esoteric weather events, often wreaks havoc on crops and roofs alike. They are simply eradicated. This is about keeping the peace, nothing more. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la! Complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together, you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstead. You're going to have the pretty boy around? Damn. I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. We have our Kim, don't we? Do not disappoint me, Snell Kitsuragi. It appears you've received a party member on your divine mission. Sad it had to be a damn goblin. I've always wanted a goblin of my own. Jesus Christ. A new member to the party. Trying to remember that I'm a himbo on this one. He ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf. Your will be done. Your will be done. The evil forces at work will be vanquished. Huzzah! Miska Sageleaf looks at you, the way one observes kitchen mold. This guy? He's the one? Just keep him in line. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, Cleric. Snell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across Tolstead. The lady is keeping information from you. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. And we should also look for that witness. Oh, yeah, our Frank, dressed in yellow. He winces. God, that's funny. Either over on Waterlane or down in the city below. Yeah, the port or the dungeon. I'd suggest the port since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. How do I get access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Darrow. Or, I guess he's not your direct boss or whatever, but you'll need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Right, and where's this tea shop again? The goblin sighs. You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly up into the sky? Yeah, just west of that. The pillar is the centerpiece of Norvik, a glorious esoteric monument, one Urth gladly kept in his new city, post-reconquest. I already like you, Snell. Ah, yeah, mutual for sure. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Neat. What a character to play as the whole time. Jesus. Can't behold him again for now. The fact that he specifically falls into my worst stat is funny. You approach your companion. You can go solo when you want to. Remind me, what were we doing again? Apart from disturbing the peace, he laughs, What do you want to know? Tell me about this tea shop. Again? He asks. You want me to go over the general stuff again? Yes, please. Okay, sure. Okay, he groans. So, tea shop blows up on Tolsted. Tolsted? It doesn't ring a bell. And Tolsted is this place, right here. Sure, yeah. You see pain across the goblin's pointy face. It's a district in the city, like in the center of the city, in the river. Not intensely. Okay, so, again, midday on the 22nd, reports of a burning local tea shop on Pillar Road. Militia arrives in no time, puts out the flames, keeps them from spreading, etc. Few injuries nearby, no casualties. Tea shops are often popular gathering spots for rebellious youths and activists. Turns out the shop was closed at the time of the incident. The city declares it a fireplace failure. The HWBT disputes it, asking for a cleric to check for esoteric circumstances. Said cleric arrives late. That's you, by the way, just to be mind-numbingly clear. You are a cleric. You do cleric things and cleric stuff. You feel that in your bones. Now, I don't know about you, but, he mutters and looks over his shoulder, tea shops don't explode out of nowhere. Right before the election, too, the goblin scoffs. Whole thing stinks. Why does it stink? Maybe you don't see it. I'd say it's pretty obvious. The city said they performed a proper investigation of the tea shop rubble. I know for a fact that they never let anyone in. The guards posted by the entrance get switched out in 12-hour shifts, and apart from the street cleanup crews, ain't no one been in the actual shop. That does sound stinky. Sounds and smells. Just a fucking mess all around. What's the militia? Volunteer force. They handle a lot of stuff. Helping the community, handling disputes, fires. They sound like heroes, like me. I'll let them know you want to sign up. The pay's shit. You sure it's not just an accident? Like I told you before, there are several key details pointing towards this being a rogue spellcaster. Most importantly, an explosion was heard throughout Tolsted in the night. It woke me up as well, shook all the way down the halls. This is exactly why you're here. A caster with that kind of destructive power would be exceedingly dangerous. To apprehend this criminal would be the right thing to do. You must do so before he is able to hurt more innocent folk. We bring this guy down together before the election is over. I want to ask some stuff about this so-called election. I don't know what to tell you. It's voting. Democracy. It's kind of a big deal, I guess, so it could be relevant for the tea shop incident. What are you voting for? None of your business. He has something to hide. Persuade him to reveal his dirty little political secrets. There's no way. Unless... Nope. Okay, listen to this shit. How about you say... I'm from the government, you have to tell me? Tell me. I promise not to blackmail you. He stares at you for a while, his expression morphing from frustration to confusion. Ultimately, the goblin shakes his head as if to rid himself from your statement. Anyway, shall we get going? Interesting times. Indeed. Saved it. Seamless. No one's gonna wonder about that at all. So what's your position in all this? Whatever do you mean by that, Cleric? What's your angle? I'm here on behalf of Lady Sageleaf. Her will is for the streets of Tolstead to not suddenly burst into flames in the middle of the day. Her will be done, so to say. But what if it bursts into flames in the middle of the night instead? I don't think she'd like that either. But why are you really here? My motives are not of interest, Cleric. False motive is imperative in reaching into the heart of someone. He does not want to disclose his inner feelings to you. Understandable. You're kind of creepy. Once you have shown yourself truthful and just, the goblin will reveal his secrets. That you swear. Jesus Christ. What a fucking cacophony going on in my head all the time. Even Charisma's just like, why would someone tell you their secrets? You suck. Also, they can't even see your face. You got any family? I'm a goblin. What do you think? Goblins normally live in tribal societies with a broad family structure. Your companion most likely has at the very least, a dozen or so siblings. Any less would be remarkable, even in Norvik. You got a wife and kids? Nah, single for now, and trust me, this goblin ain't getting no offspring. He's a homosexual. Thank the gods for that. Yeah, fuck them kids. I need to send that to someone real quick. They have to know. It's important. There we go. There we go. I see. You are infertile. The goblin suddenly looks very tired. He stutters out a response. He does not want you to go further into this line of inquiry. No, Cleric. I am not infertile. Prove it. What do you mean? Second guess your eunuch. I see you are uncomfortable. I will stop asking about this. What the fuck does prove it mean? Prove it. Not gonna do that. Actually, I'm not sure how I would even do that in a reasonable time frame. He looks away and says to himself, why am I entertaining this? I see you are uncomfortable. I will stop asking about this. Thank you, Cleric. He looks relieved. None of my empathic or charismatic senses picked up on the idea that he's probably gay. Does that mean he's not? The fact that no part of me questioned that makes me think that maybe he actually isn't. Huh. Where do I sleep tonight? I don't know, Cleric. He gives you a defeated look. Can't the city pay for something? You're a cleric, for God's sake. I can just not sleep. That's fine, right? Like how I don't eat. Are you asking for permission? He sighs. You'll get exhausted if you don't sleep, Cleric. If you do not take a long rest, 8 hours before dawn, you get 6 levels of exhaustion. Oh, that sounds bad. If you get 10 levels of exhaustion, you die. Jesus. Yeah, that'd be bad then. So if you don't sleep for 2 days, you die. Just straight up die. But also, yeah, that's I assume that's a -6 to all of your rolls, or +6 to all DCs, I guess. But the opposite could also be true. Or it could be, it could do other things, or worse things. Each level of exhaustion, because I think there's like a table for exhaustion that explains what each one does. So it gets excruciating at some point, probably. Actually, I really should find a place to sleep. Smartest thing you've said all day. Can I sleep with you? No. And seriously, don't phrase it like that. Hey, I get experience from asking him to sleep with me. I mean, asking if I could sleep with him. Maybe I can sleep with Viskin. You're probably too warm for him, and don't phrase it like that. Your thoughts land on the spell Ray of Frost and how it could solve this issue. Should chill myself? The goblin is joking. Can I sleep in the goblin garden? No. Or, I mean... He thinks about it for a second and then once again says, no. I can just sleep here. He looks around. Just here. Yeah, it's not so bad. Right here? His reaction to that statement will not change no matter where you go on this river fortress of a district. Okay, maybe not. Yeah. Guess I could ask the Coin Lord? Ah, yeah, Darrow's your boss on this job, isn't he? Guess you got another thing to talk to him about. Fun. Let's go! Wow. And so we begin our adventure with our bonus companion that we met 8 hours into the journey. Wahoo. He's gonna hate me.